So, why isn't everyone investing in real estate? I mean, real estate's been around for, well, pretty much as long as the Earth's been around. So, why doesn't everyone get rich in real estate? Why isn't everyone a real estate investor? And why do some people start off as a real estate investor but end up getting out of it? And why do some real estate investors fail? Until recently, I didn't have a great answer for that, but I've been spending a lot of time thinking about it, and so I ended up giving a speech on the subject matter at our first real investing meetup here in London, Ontario. Now, one quick caveat, it was unfortunately at a bowling alley, so the audio is not great on this video, but I think the concept's pretty strong. I'm calling it the great filters of real estate investing, and well, I'll just let you guys check it out in the video. Let's jump over to that now. If you do enjoy this video, smash that like button, and if you're new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. That's it. That's the filter to me. And so finally, I just wanted to plug, if you are interested in real estate investing, if you do want to continue to grow your network, grow your knowledge, we are holding a real estate investing conference May 26th, 27th here in London, Ontario at the London Convention Center. It's going to be real people talking about real shit who are getting real results. And right now, myself and my real estate agent, Jeff Weibel, we got a little friendly competition, seeing who can sell the most tickets. Jeff's beating me right now, so if you guys haven't bought a ticket and you decide to buy a ticket, it'd be super cool if you use the coupon code McKeever. But that's pretty much it. There's no sense reinventing the wheel. All right, thanks guys. And so yeah, so otherwise there's obviously way more filters. Feel free to nitpick if you want, but I'm open to questions.
The idea of the filter, kind of like evolution, and why that's real estate. You're reading a book.
So no, I was just watching. I think it's Kurzgesagt or something. It's some German or Northern European name that they do these really awesome videos. And so if you search the great filter on YouTube, it'll be one of the top results. And I literally watched that and I was like, huh. And recently I've been kind of like, I've been getting a lot of questions on my YouTube channel like, well, you're starting to wholesale real estate now. Like, why don't you just buy every deal if it's a good deal? And I'm like, I literally can't. Even if I wanted to, which I don't want to. I'm now at the point where I'm considering selling some of my property, some of my portfolio off. And a lot of that is because my investing technique, my investing philosophy is evolving. Instead of buying 10 duplexes a year or buying, you know, a 14-unit bachelor apartment building, I kind of want to change the skyline. I want to build a 12 or 15-story condo building here in London, Ontario. I want, whether it's from an ego perspective, a money perspective, or just a whatever perspective, I'm driven to kind of take the next step. And I know that a lot of people have been commenting on my YouTube channel like, well, why don't you just do both? Or why don't you do this, that, and the other? And again, like Michael kind of went through it when he sold off a lot of his portfolio and he's coming back to it. And so who knows, maybe he pushed up against one filter, decided it wasn't for him, scaled back, and now he's pushing through the filters again. And I thought it was a really fun, different approach to kind of breaking out the same problems. Like, these are problems a lot of us have. And they're problems that unless we have a network, that we're just fighting by ourselves, right? We're just fighting a good fight. And so I just kind of want to highlight it, that I do think almost anyone can become a real estate investor, but I don't think everyone will succeed at being a real estate investor. So.
That's a good concept, good way to frame it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Paul.
It's pretty original.
Yeah, I can say something as far as the filters concerned.
Yeah.
Because I bought a duplex and I had a couple of those filters. I had the financing filter. They said, oh, you can't get it anymore, you don't make enough money, or whatever. So I did that filter, that stopped me. And then also that I had the notes from Al. So then what I did was I sold that property. It was only my second property. Actually, well, my first investment property. So I got like stopped right off the bat, and then it wasn't for 4 more years until I bought the next one. You know what I mean? So it's like that can really, if I had kept buying, you know, it would have been a lot smarter. You know what I mean? But I got. So yeah, it can really slow you down like 4 whole years, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah, absolutely.
I think that says a lot about it. I ran through a lot of these roadblocks in a very short period of time, and I think having a network of people that I could vent to and that I could ask questions to and bounce questions off of really helped me push through those filters. And like, I mean, having momentum really helps when you're like super motivated in a short period of time, but just having people you can be like, yeah, I had like the police come and like they had to drag someone out and the tenant smashed the house with a golf club and I'm evicting a tenant here and blah blah blah. And like you just other people are like, yeah, I've heard this before, you'll get through it, and you're like, oh, okay. And you kind of you push through those filters a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what's so important about having the network, right? Because there's going to be a ton of people that are going to be more than happy to nitpick the problems. They're going to bring up do you want the tenant from hell that's going to trash your property, or the tenant that doesn't pay, or this, that, or the other? And no, we don't want it. But as long as we don't get hit with that filter too soon, or as long as we have a plan on how to surpass or bypass that filter, it will work out with consistent action. And like, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Kellen, it feels like a lifetime ago, but I remember when you were first looking for your first property, I feel like it took you a while to get through that filter of taking action, right? Like, the idea of like looking at property after property and waiting for the absolute best opportunity. And there's nothing wrong with getting the best opportunity. In fact, I think that's great. But one of the things is, you know, we're more than happy to pay tens of thousands of dollars in tuition to go to school. I don't think that there's anything wrong with paying $20,000 at the School of Hard Knocks on your first investment property. And maybe you don't knock it out of the park, but as long as it doesn't destroy you financially, as long as you're able to pass through that filter of taking action, I think that that's a worthwhile pursuit. So
yeah, and funny that you didn't actually mention, these are all problems, and you always talk about the problems and where the money's at.
Yeah.
So all of these problems, if you could push through it, you're making money, and ideally you can buy properties from people who are hitting those filters that you yourself.
Absolutely, and with each filter you pass through, your competition's less and less.
Yeah.
And each time you pass through a filter, that's a new tool in your toolbox. It's a new competitive advantage. You've gained new information, so you have greater information asymmetry. And at the end of the day, any economic endeavor essentially depends on information asymmetry. So, yeah, absolutely.
That's really cool. I like how you mentioned the term momentum, because I feel like that's the whole game, right? Because if you're not moving forward, you're being pulled back. Like, laws are changing, things are leaving you behind, maintenance is piling up, all that stuff. So having the momentum to push through is so key. And the only external way to have that momentum is through working hard, gaining knowledge, and networking with people. Because otherwise, like, the market could go well, that's kind of outside your control, but even knowing when the market goes well from speaking with people and keeping your ear to the ground, like, that's in your control.
Yeah. Yeah, actually. Yeah.
I know I'm sitting in the cult of real estate right now, but I still want to throw this question out and get everybody's point of view. So what about real estate makes it such a great investment vehicle? Because there are others out there. So what about real estate?
Leverage. Yeah. So I think to me,
it's the easiest asset to borrow against, right? Like, people lend the cheapest against real estate of any asset class, right? So
yeah, where can you get $200,000 at 3% right now, other than in real estate?
If you're buying in cash, real estate isn't a great investment vehicle. If you're 100% in cash, I don't believe real estate is that great a vehicle. Your return on assets like 8, 9% maybe at best. You can probably do that in the markets. The reason real estate is so key, it's so great, why we make such great returns, is because real estate is, since the beginning of time, landlords have been able to go borrow their land. It's like the most secure, the safest thing that lasts through anything, right? So I think borrowing against land is...
And there's filters. Like, you can't just go and buy Tesla stock. Like, you can go and buy Tesla stocks and stuff, but that's easy. There's challenges in real estate. There's a reason why. That's the main reason why you can make so much money out of it. People aren't willing to put in the work.
And yeah, and building on that, like, I think a huge factor is the fact that we still have influence with real estate, right? Like, unless I control lots of shares of Tesla, it's very difficult for me to tell Elon what to do. But I can literally tell my property manager or my contractor to tweak this, right? Or install a dishwasher so I can bump my rents by $50 a month, that sort of thing. And circling back to leverage, like, yeah, to me it's really all comes down to leverage. It's the reason we're attracted to real estate investing. But we do need to remember that leverage is a tool or a weapon, and as much as it can help us, it can hurt us as well. So you want to make sure that you're using that weapon responsibly, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. It makes a good deal great and a bad deal really sour really quick.
Yeah.
Right? If you're borrowing, for instance, games like farmland, you're getting a 2% rate of return, you're borrowing at 5%, leverage is just destroying your deal, right?
Yeah.
In that situation. If you're losing money, you'll lose even harder with leverage. I think you made a point, Dylan made a point as well about information asymmetry. That's something that really, for me, when I'm pretty savvy, I think, like an investor. I've done day trading, things like that, so I had more options available to me. And the thing that attracted me most to real estate was the fact there's information asymmetry. So not only in the operations side, but when you're acquiring properties, and the public markets are really efficient, right? But when you're looking at private markets, right, you can go and talk to someone, or if someone says, hey, I give me a tip, and I know this property is listed as a 3-bedroom, but it's really a 5-bedroom, and those pictures are like 5 years old, and the agent was from Toronto, and they used a year ago comps. So there's like so much information asymmetry, which in the public market is insider trading. There's like a lot of that kind of stuff is insider trading. You go to jail for that. In real estate, that actually is a good thing. You can leverage those networks and you can make money. So that's sort of another competitive advantage. At the end of the day, if you have a competitive advantage in something, why not exploit it? With knowledge and expertise and the network, you gain that competitive advantage. If you have a competitive advantage in whatever you do, let's say you're good at whatever business, like let's say you're a good programmer, you have a competitive advantage, maybe that should be something you should do instead of real estate. But the thing about real estate is so nice is anyone can build that competitive advantage, I think, relatively easily. So for me, that was what made it so attractive.
Yeah, and a couple of points. If you watch like Shark's Den or Dragon's Den or Shark's Tank or whatever, and like they're going up in front of people and asking for $500,000 or a couple $100,000 or something like that, they have to really sell themselves in whatever business it is they're doing, and they're like, I want to use this money for good, I'm going to make money with it. And like they have to really convince them that they're going to do that. And like in real estate, it's a whole lot easier to convince people that you're going to make money with it, because people understand it, they can see it, they know that it's tried and true, it's been around for a long time, and you have a track record. If you've done this 10 times, if Matt wanted to buy a property right now and he needed 50 grand, and he was able to offer, an interest rate on his thing, I'd be like, take my money, because I know I'm comfortable with it. I know that you're going to earn, you're going to do good things with it, right? There's another point I was going to say. So you asked, so why invest in real estate versus other things? So, for me, when I see $50,000 in a bank account, I see that a lot of people maybe just see that as great. I can put it into index funds or something like that, which is great. But I see that as a down payment on a property, and I can buy a property with say $40,000 down, and then I'm going to put $10,000 in, and now maybe it's worth a whole bunch more, multiple tens of thousands more, and then I can refinance the property, and I can get a lot of my investment money back out, if not all of it. So now I have that 50 grand back in my bank account, quite literally, and now I own a property that cash flows. And that's a strategy called BRRRR, and it's like buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. And a lot of us, pretty much all of us, use that strategy or have used that strategy. So you can recycle your money. You can take that 50 grand, use it, have a cash flowing asset that's getting paid down, it's appreciating, you're getting cash flow every month from the tenants, and you have your money back. And that's a powerful way to invest your money.
I think the opportunity of it too, right? Like the opportunity that comes with real estate, you can vertically integrate quite a few different businesses into that. So if you're looking for something in life that you really...
If you do enjoy this video, smash that like button. And if you're new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. And until next time, remember, making money is a team sport. There's more than enough money in this world for us to all make it. But if you're not saving it, I mean, what's the point, guys? Thanks. Bye.